Hello, I've got a game for us to play, and this is a memory game. So this is really good at working on the way we remember things. Okay, and it's called the What and Where game. Okay, so let's give this a go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 8 objects, and I'm not going to say anything, but I'm going to give them a number, and then after we've got to 8, we're going to go back to number 1 again, and I want to see if you can remember what number 1 is before I show it to you again, and you can shout out the answer. Okay, so here goes. Let's see how this goes. So number 1 is this. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is this. Number 3 is this. Number 4 is this. Number 5 is this. Number 6 is this. Number 7 is this. Number 8 is this. Okay, so that's all of the 8 objects. So now this is the bit where I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to leave a gap, and you can shout out the answer to me. Okay, and then after each one we'll see if you were right. Okay, so question number 1, what was number 1? What was the first thing I showed you? And there's the gap. Hope you shouted out. The answer was the cushion. That was number 1. Okay, to get the idea. Number 2, what was number 2? It's a chance for you to shout out the answer to number 2. What was number 2? Number 2 was the oven glove. Question number 3. What was number 3? Time for you to shout now. And I hope you shouted out reading book or book. What was number 4? There's the gap. What was number 4? Shout out the answer. Hope you're shouting out rubber gloves. Next one. What was number 5? Big gap. Hope you're shouting out TV remote. That's number 5. Number 6. gap. What was number 6? It's getting a bit harder now, isn't it? Number 6 was the alarm clock. Okay. Number 7. Nearly at the end now. There's the gap for you to shout out. Number 7 was towel. Okay. And the very last one. Here's the last one. Here's the gap for you to shout out. Toothbrush. Okay. So, how did I get on with that? It's a bit hard to remember, isn't it? But never mind. It's just a bit of fun and a bit of a test of the old memory. Okay. So we're going to go back to number 1 now. There we go. Back to number 1, which was our cushion. Okay. And let's have a little. First, the question for the cushion is, what do I do with the cushion? Okay. Do something specific with this cushion. So what do I do with the cushion? Okay. Next question. What do I do with my oven glove? I put it on and I do something with it. Okay. It's a big gap for you to answer if you want to. Okay, if you've had a guess about the oven glove. Next one is, what do I do with my book? What are books for? And then, what do I do with my rubber gloves? Shout out the answer. What do I do with rubber gloves? Next one. What do I do with the TV remote? Hope you're shouting out the answers. And then, what's the alarm clock for? What does that do? Okay. And then, what does my towel do? What's the towel for? Oh, just dropped the last thing. Here it is. And what do I do with the toothbrush? Okay. So, back to question 1 again. What do I do with the cushion? I hope you shouted out that I lean against the cushion. Makes me feel comfy. Oh, lovely. It's very comfy. Okay. I might leave that there. The next one. What do I do with the oven glove? I get hot things out of the oven with my oven glove, don't I? So always put this on before you get something hot out of the oven. Okay. What what do I do with my book? Good old read. Have a good read just before I go to sleep. I always like reading just before I go to sleep. Now, what do I do with my rubber gloves? Keep it tight. What do I do with my gloves? Do the washing up or scrubbing of pots and pans. Do the washing up in my rubber gloves. Yeah? Okay. Then, what do I do with the TV remote? I put the TV on. And then I change channels. I change the volume. That's what the TV remote's for. Okay. What does the alarm clock do? The alarm clock wakes us up in the morning so that we don't sleep in. We've got to get up for work. Okay. Then what do I do with the towel? Gets me dry after my shower, after I've washed my face. That's what the towel does. Okay. And then, lastly, what do I do with my toothbrush? I clean my scrub. Okay, how did you get on with that? I'm sure you got them all right. The last bit of the game is, now we know what all the things are and what we do with them. The last bit of the game is, what room do they belong in? So where do we find all of these things? Okay. So back to number 1. I'm going to fish my cushion out from behind my chair. So this cushion, I'll give you a clue. This cushion lives on my sofa. So what room do you usually have a sofa in? Gap for you to shout out. You're shouting, the living room. That's where you find, that's where I find my cushion on my sofa in the living room. That's that one. Okay. Number 2 is the oven glove. So if we're getting things out of the oven, what room is the oven in? Gap for you to answer. Hope you're shouting out, the kitchen. That's the right answer. The oven glove lives in the kitchen near my oven. Okay. Now, a reading book. It's a bit tricky, this one. It's a bit of a trick question because you can read anywhere you like, can't you? You can read sitting in the garden or sitting in the living room. But I think I gave you a bit of a clue. What did I say? I liked reading at bedtime. Okay, so gap for you to shout out, in the bedroom. So this is where I keep my book, in the bedroom. Now, rubber gloves. If I'm doing washing up, where do you do washing up? Oh look, my fingers aren't going to come out now. Anyway, where do I do washing up? Where's the sink? What room is the sink in? It's a big gap for you to answer. Hope you're shouting out the kitchen. That's where we do the washing up. Next question. This is also a bit tricky because some people have TVs in their bedrooms, don't they? You might have a TV in your bedroom, but I don't. I have a TV in my living room. TV remote is in the living room near the TV. Okay, alarm clock. So again, you had a bit of a clue with the old alarm clock. What did I say it was for? It's for waking us up in the morning from when we've been asleep. And where do we sleep? Big Gatsby shouts out, the bedroom. Alarm clock lives in the bedroom. Last two, these are easy. It's a towel. So, what room do we need to get dry after a shower? Where's the shower? In the bathroom. Okay. And then, finally, what room do we clean our teeth in? The bathroom. Okay. Now that's the end of the what and where game. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed shouting out the answers. Doesn't matter if you didn't get any right. I'm hoping that it was just fun watching and listening. Okay. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.